Here's Roman, product manager at Packet Fabric. Today, I'm going to demonstrate the ease of setting up a hosted cloud connection with AWS using Packet Fabric. So in this demo, I will guide you through the step-by-step process of establishing a secure, adaptable, and scalable hosted cloud connection to AWS. Let's learn how to integrate AWS services with your on-prem infrastructure using the intuitive Packet Fabric portal. Now let's get started. All right, we're going to start on the Packet Fabric website under Docs, Cloud Connectivity, and then this brings us to this cloud connection overview page. We're going to click on, here's our diagram showing you what we're going to do. So essentially connecting our on-prem with our public cloud. So in this demo, it will be AWS, but you can see we also support other clouds like Google, Microsoft, and so on. So here is high-level steps, how it works. First, provision a port, and then essentially connect to the on-ramp in AWS. So let's get started. Here is a Packet Fabric portal. We're going to go ahead and create a port. So here I click on port. We have many locations in US and Europe. Here I'm just selecting Seattle because this is where I am. I'm going to pick one of the location where we are. I select the speed, the media, the zone, and then finally I give it a name. We're going to call it Demo Port Seattle, Washington. Then we have the different terms. So you can do 1, 12, 40, 24, or 36 months. I'm going to just select month to month and go ahead and provision. So it takes a few seconds to provision the port on the router. And then once that's done, the next step is to do a cross connect, assuming our on-prem location is near to that building in Seattle. So to do the cross connect, you can either reach out directly to the data center or we can do the cross connect for you. You just have to provide the LOA. And then the great thing when you actually do the cross connect with us is you can really follow step-by-step process of that cross connect by clicking on the cross connect here, and you can see on the left side we have different status here showing you where you are. Very hands-off. All right, let's go ahead and create the hosted cloud with AWS. So here I click on the hosted cloud creation button, and then here we have the different clouds. I'm going to go ahead and select AWS as a source port we just created earlier, and then I'm going to go and find for the closest on-ramp. I just find out there is no on-ramp at the moment in Seattle, so I'm just going to go a little further away. We're just going to go to Portland. So here we pick the zone, the speed. We're just going to select 500 meg. The AWS account ID you can find in your AWS console. The source VLAN, we leave it to 4, but you can set up whatever you like. And then finally, the description, which will be the description of your hosted cloud. And here we have this option, provision the AWS side of the connection. Here we have different options, private, transit, public. You can set it all of those, but the first thing you need to do to use this feature is to add AWS credential. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So that's something you do it once. Once you do it once, you can reuse the same credential over and over. So here I'm on the AWS console, and I'm going to go ahead and create an access key and a secret key. You can see here I am going to go and give a description to that key. And then from there, AWS will give me the access key and the secret access key, which I'm going to copy over in the Packet Fabric portal. And just for those who are thinking I'm going to reuse that key, I already deleted it, so don't even try. All right, so the key give me access and full visibility to AWS. And just as a side note, we actually have documentation, all the different roles, and so you can create a custom role in AWS to make sure the key only has access to what we need. So everything related to direct connect and access to your VPCs and so on and so on. All right, so here, first step is to create a gateway. So you can also select an existing gateway, but in this demo, I'm just gonna go ahead and create a new direct connect gateway. Here's the ASN of the gateway, and then the private gateway, which is essentially between the VPC and the direct connect gateway. You need to create a private gateway with a private VIF. So here I just create a new one, but again, you can select an existing one. The thing which is really cool here, I just selected the VPC, which want to attach with a private gateway, and again the ASN of that private gateway. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and click proceed to the next step, and I'm giving it a warning and a link to the AWS console in case you want to go there and see what's going on. But you don't really have to. From there, I am on the Packet Fabric portal, and you can follow the different status. So here we're creating the connection on our side, so on Packet Fabric side, and then here all the different steps, which essentially a lot of waiting time because things take time in AWS. Either it's accepting the connection, creating the VIF, doing the gateway association also takes some time. So you can follow everything from here. And here I did speed up a little bit because it does take 10 minutes, not because of Packet Fabric, actually because of AWS. It takes some time, like I just said. But once that's done, let's have a look in the details. So here in the details page under Cloud Settings, we actually show all the details of the Direct Connect and the VIF. And then from here, you can do different things. You can, for example, go ahead and edit the MTU. Here's the default 1500. And even more important, because we are going to do the connection with a router we have on-prem, we can download a sample router config here. I'm just showing a snippet example, which you just have to plug in into your router. And then from there, your BGP session should come up. And you've got connectivity from your on-prem to AWS. So you see, super simple. One thing you can do as well from Packet Fabric, you can upgrade the connection. And essentially, we automate the whole upgrade of the connection. So we tear down the VIF, recreate the VIF with your new speed. So we really automate and streamline that process, which is very cool. All right, let's have a look on AWS side just to see what we did here. I'll just confirm and verify. So here's the Direct Connect connection, the VIF within that Direct Connect. The BGP is done because I actually didn't set up the connection. You know, I don't really have an on-prem in Seattle. You know, this is a demo video. But here I'm showing you the Direct Connect gateway and the attachment. And again, we do all of those from Packet Fabric portal. I didn't have to do anything in the AWS console. So that's really cool. Thank you for watching this product demo video. If you have any questions or need further assistance, please feel free to reach out.